So I'm going to do the Capricorn love reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take the parts that do. If it does not, leave the parts that do not resonate for you. We're going to look at past, current, and future energies. We're going to get some clarifiers and close out with an oracle. So let's get Romance Angel to get this reading started. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. That's incredibly important. Incredibly important, because I feel like so many of us, we lose ourselves in our relationships. We lose who we are. We lose our uniqueness, right? Our individuality. Yes, when you're in a partnership and you're in a relationship, there is that give and take, and that there are some parts that you have to, kind of give up or compromise on. But I feel like there's a lot of relationships where people completely lose themselves, right? And, we've all been guilty of that. I have too. And I've thought, well, if I change myself and if I don't do this or I don't do that and I keep making this person happy, but you know what? That person is never happy. The person just wants more and more and more, and you lose more and more of yourself. And I feel like loving yourself first and making those decisions that are best for you and being able to stand up for yourself and communicate that this is important to me. And you have to have that partner that understands that it understands that if something is really important to me, or this is who I am, like, you have to accept me for the way that I am. You have to accept me for who I am. Don't try to change me. And again, you have to accept that other person for who they are too. Three of Swords. I feel like that goes back to love yourself first, that maybe in the past that you didn't love yourself, right? You didn't put yourself first. Hello, that's justice. Yourself, right? You. All right. Four of Cups. Two current energies. Two of Swords. I love it. I know I've said this a million times, but the Nine of Cups keeps coming out for Capricorn, right? In all areas, I feel like money and love and relationships and self, and it's just like, I love it. I love, love, love. Nine of Cups, right? Coming out for Capricorn. It's time for Capricorn to have Nine of Cups. Because I feel like it's been denied for a long time. I'm a Capricorn sun and I'm a Capricorn rising. So I've gone through the Capricorn, the battles, of the last decades, right? The struggles. I've been there. All right, Death card, Scorpio, Eight of Swords. Coming out of your shell. Definitely. Okay. Bottom of the deck, Knight of Cups, reaching out, somebody reaching out. I feel like the love readings for Capricorn have been really good. I feel like it's those relationships. I feel like for those that are single, I feel like it's, that opportunity is coming in, but I feel like the opportunity is because you've worked on yourself and you're loving yourself first and you're making those decisions that are best for you, and you're not going to accept less than, right? Relationships or opportunities maybe that you would have accepted before, that you're not accepting those anymore because you're choosing you, which I love that. All right, so past energies, we have the Three of Swords, the Justice, and the Four of Cups. So I feel like it's a couple different things that maybe you didn't choose you in the past and you realize that, and that's something that was brought to light, and you're like, you know what? I feel like I'm not being true to myself in this relationship, and I feel like I need to change that, and I need to take this opportunity to turn that around, because maybe you weren't feeling fulfillment within a relationship, and that was because you weren't being true to yourself, that you weren't able to express yourself, that you weren't able to be yourself. It also could be that there could be some heartbreak that has happened in the past, but you've realized, okay, I also, right, have to love myself first, and I have to realize that I can't keep focusing on that negative energy. I can't keep focusing on what happened in the past, because that is not helping me to move forward. I can learn what I can from that situation, and learn to not make those choices again and to make better choices and then move on. And I feel like you kind of went through this in the past and you're like, what's going to work best for me? What's best for me in this situation? What works for me? What makes me happy? And then you took that opportunity to make those changes, right? You saw that there are some things that needed to be changed. Current energy, I love it. The Two of Swords, the Nine of Cups, and the King of Cups. It's like, what's going to make life easier for me? I want life to be easier. I want life to flow. I don't want to go back to the Three of Swords. I'm seeing that these choices and these changes that I'm making are really beneficial for me, and they make my life easier. They make my life happier. What is my Nine of Cups in a relationship? What is it that I want to pursue? What is it that I want to have in a relationship? What do I want to feel in the relationship? What do I want to give? What do I want to receive? Right? And I feel like it's what is my Nine of Cups in a relationship? And if you're in a current relationship, it's okay. What are those things that can be changed? Because I want to know what is my Nine of Cups, and I want to work on that my Nine of Cups, right? I want to make that happen. I want to have those feelings, right? I want to make sure that I express to my partner how I'm feeling and what is my Nine of Cups? What do I want to have in a relationship, right? What's my love language, right? The 5 love languages. What is your love languages? What's important to you? And being able to express yourself, right? And to speak up and to say that, okay? Nine of Cups is talking and communication and reaching out and communicating and within a relationship. And it's like speaking that. Or if it's a new relationship that comes in for you, right? Somebody connects with you, somebody talks to you, making sure that you know what it is that you want within a relationship, right? That you know what it is that you need in a relationship and that you're able to communicate with this new person. And if you're seeing or feeling red flags, that you acknowledge that and you work through that, right? That you don't ignore those, you don't hide those, that you're like, okay, I'm feeling red flag energy here, this needs to be worked through, right? I'm having a problem and I don't want to sweep it under the rug and have that build into bigger problems, because that's how I got into this Three of Swords in the past. All right, Death card. For future energies, we have the Death card, so that could be Scorpio. So there could be a Scorpio coming in for you. We have the Eight of Swords and we have the Sun. So it's like no longer holding yourself back about what is important to you in a relationship and what it is that you want to have. It's finding your happiness, right? Death card is letting go of what is holding you back, which is the Three of Swords, and transforming and changing and coming out of your shell and expressing how you feel and loving yourself first and making those choices that are best for you and being in the Sun energy. I love it. I love this reading. I really do. It's exciting. It's happy. It's motivating. All right. All right, we have the Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands, and Four of Pentacles. And I feel like that's choosing what's best for you, right? Coming into that energy, this new energy, aces are new beginnings and new actions, is choosing what's best for you. And you kind of came into that realization of, yeah, I got to figure out what works best for me. I got to do what works best for me. Moving forward, I want to be in a happy space. I want to be in a good place. I want positive changes. I want good changes. And how can I make that happen? We cannot leave that to somebody else. We have to make those changes and those choices ourselves, right? We have to be responsible for what we surround ourselves with. If we surround ourselves with someone who is not treating us right, that is not making us happy, well, we are responsible for that because we are letting them, right, into our lives, and we are accepting that behavior, right? We are surrounding ourselves with that energy, and we have to take responsibility for that, and then we have to make those changes that brings in Nine of Cups and brings in Sun energy, right? That's not something that happens overnight. That's something that takes time for us to realize. I feel like we have to take responsibility for the energy and the people and the things that we have around us, right? I feel like we have to be responsible for that. It doesn't mean it's 100% our fault. you know, it's not 100%, but I do feel that acknowledging, well, you know what, yeah, I am surrounding myself by people who are not making me feel like I am at my best potential. Sometimes it's family members, right, that we don't have a choice, but then we can make that decision, okay, that we want to back away from that, that we're like, okay, I realize I have to have this connection with this person, that I have to have communication with this person, but, you know, I feel like for my best interest that I cannot surround myself with that toxicity for a long time. I just have to keep it to the basics. I mean, that's something that you have to decide and you have to figure out, and those adjustments that you want to make moving forward to which works best for you. I love it. The sun card yet again, right? Your sun energy, you're feeling the sun, right? With the 8 of Wands, with the sun bursting through, it's like, what is your happiness? What is your 9 of Cups? Making those choices and those decisions and saying, yeah, like, I need to make some changes here, right? What are those ways? The Queen of Swords is somebody who thinks out those solutions and tries to figure out, kind of thinking things differently. Like I was saying, making sure that we also acknowledge the part that, if are we accepting the behavior of people around us that do not treat us properly, right? The way that we feel that we should be treated. And is that something that we have to adjust? Is that something, like I said, if it's someone you have to have in your life, do we kind of back away from that? Do we kind of, you know, kind of step away, that we're not always putting ourselves in that energy? These are thoughts and ideas and things to think about for you to make the decisions on where you want to go, right? And what direction you want to go. And love it, the Hermit card, Virgo, looking within to find those answers. What really is your 9 of Cups? What makes you happy? What will make things flow better? What will make things easier for you, right? Finding those solutions, looking within to find those solutions, to be in the sun energy, right? The happiness. How do you get yourself back to that? The World. Seeing things through different eyes, seeing things through different perspectives. A lot of major cards here. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major cards here, right? That's a lot of strong messages for you, right? Strong message for you to see through a different set of eyes and to let go of what it is that you need to let go of. Are there things that you are holding on to? Are there things that you need to kind of distance yourself from? Again, I feel like this goes back to the 3 of Swords, is that you making that progress to love yourself first and make those choices that work best for you, and opening those doors to that new, opening the doors to the Sun card, right? I almost feel like that's what that's saying there, is opening the doors to the Sun card, which is really exciting. And that's what I feel is part of a 9 of Cups. A 9 of Cups doesn't have to be about material things. It can be about just feeling emotionally better and happier and excited and, you know, just energetic and pursuing your dreams, right? Pursuing those goals and making things happen and loving yourself first and making those choices that are best for you, that help you, that work for you, that encourage you, surrounding yourself with people that encourage you. I also feel like that next card out, there's a lot of changes coming in for you, right? A lot of change. There's big change here, going from this all the way over here to this. Letting go. Here you're holding on, here you're letting go. With this future energy, a lot of changes. And I feel like this relationship that comes in for you, if you're single, if it's a relationship that comes in for you, that your perspective on this is different because you're looking out for yourself. And you're choosing that true partner, right? You're choosing that person that you feel is your partner, and that if there are things that come up, that you will work through them, right? If you feel that this is the right person for you, that you're starting out in a really good place, right? That you're starting out in a really good place, and that you're making better decisions for yourself. And also, if it's a current relationship, I feel like you're speaking up. You're looking within and you're saying, okay, what are those changes that need to be made within this relationship to help me feel more fulfilled? And are there things that I'm holding on to towards this other person that I need to let go of, so that way I'm not carrying this energy around. What am I bringing to this relationship that maybe is holding this relationship back, and what do I need to work on, and then what is it that we need to work on together? So I feel like just having that communication makes this relationship a Nine of Cups and 2 Sun cards, relationships, right? And we have more, another big card there. All right, bottom of the deck, 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords, I feel like it's just saying, yeah, I want to persevere. I want to cut through the negativity, not letting what other people have to say get involved in your relationship, right? Because the 2 people are cut down there. I feel like this is between the 2 of you. I feel like if it's a new relationship, I almost feel like keeping it to yourself first and kind of seeing where it's going to go before you start talking to other people. Of course, you have to do whatever you feel is best for you, but I almost feel like you kind of being in this energy and working your way through it, and then deciding what it is that you want to do, and then talking to other people about it. Because sometimes people, like, they have their opinions, they have their thoughts, and that's 5 of Swords is about not letting that affect you. And maybe that used to affect you before, and you're loving yourself first, and you're saying, you know what, I just kind of want to have this relationship where I'm working through it myself, and I want to see where this goes, because maybe in the past what other people had to say affected you and your relationship too much. So it could be making that change. But also, like, not letting what other people have to say affect you, and that this is choices that you're making, that you feel good about, that you want to do, right? This is your 9 of Cups. Sometimes people like to butt into things. Sometimes it's good to talk to people and bounce ideas or thoughts off of them. Or it could be that if you have somebody that's really positive and will support you and be really happy for you, then that's a good thing, But I feel like it's just kind of looking at those people that are surrounding you and not engaging with those people that are negative. Or if it's a new relationship and you see that this isn't working out, that you're like, okay, I'm cutting this off here. Like, I'm not going to pursue this. I know I'm going down this 3 of Swords path again. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that to myself, because I love myself first. So I have to look out for myself. So I'm not going to go down the same path because I feel like it's headed in that same direction if it's a negative one. All right, so let's get a Whispers of Healing and close out this beautiful reading. This beautiful love reading. We have forward movement. Oh, I like that one. Forward movement. And I definitely feel, that can also go back to being the Chariot. I definitely feel like this is you with that forward movement. Like, you're moving forward from this 3 of Swords, right? You're bringing in change. You're opening new doors. You're letting go of negativity. This is definitely, without a doubt, forward movement for you. And then this one kind of popped out too. And I love it. How perfect is that? Self-love. And we started with love yourself first, and we are ending with self-love, okay? Again, that is loving yourself first. So we started with that and we ended with that, right? We have all of this stuff going on in between, and we're making sure that we follow that, right? That you love yourself forward. You have your forward movement, but you make those choices that are best for you, okay? We're starting and ending with that. I love that. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.